Oh my gosh, hi, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. My name is Neisha and I am a registered nurse, recently turned into a stay-at-home mom, and I make videos here on my YouTube channel about wellness, shopping, lifestyle, vlogs, and most recently mom life, obviously, since I now have a 3-month-old little boy who is fantastic. But today we are talking about keto. All right, and we're going to talk about my 7 unpopular keto opinions. And let's take it easy, people. Don't get crazy in the comments, because like I said, these are my opinions, and opinions are, as we know, like buttholes. Everybody's got one, and some of them stink. And if you think mine stink, then you know, hey, guess what? You're welcome to your opinion. I don't care. Let's get into it. My first unpopular keto opinion is you should count total carbs and not net carbs. And here's why. I just find it much more simple to count total carbs. I find that my success in the ketogenic way of eating is exponentially better when I count total carbs. And when I say I count total carbs, I feel like this seems like it should be self-explanatory, but apparently it's not. Total carbs means that I count all the carbs, every single carb, all the carbs, every single one of them. If you turn a package over and on the back of the package it says total carbs, that's all the ones that I count total. Right there, that number. I count all of the carbs in vegetables. I count them in sweeteners. I count them in everything. Okay? I do. I think that it's the best way to go. It keeps keto simple and it keeps it easier. I don't know, like, why do I want to do math? I don't want to do math. I hate math. I'm not doing it. How many carbs are in this? Okay, boom, bada bing, bada boom. That's how many I'm eating, okay? And for the most part, I stay under 20 total grams of carbs. Here's the thing. You're just like complicating it for no reason, because either you want to eat more carbs or you don't want to eat more carbs. What does it matter if you label it total or net? Because at the end of the day, it is total carbs that you're putting into your body. Now, whether or not the amount that you put in your body works for you or not, that's on you. So you could count net carbs and have 50 grams total carbs go into your body, or you could count total carbs and have 50 grams of carbs go in your body. Do you see what I'm saying here? It's literally the same. You're just complicating it because you're subtracting fiber for really no reason whatsoever. If it's working for you, it's working for you, whether that be 50 total carbs or 20 total carbs. Do you understand what I'm saying? I feel like that should make sense, but I'm sure someone will not understand what I mean. Anyways, my point is, it's easier. I stay under 20. I'm in ketosis, period. If I stay under 20, I don't have to pee on a strip. I don't have to prick my finger. I don't have to huff and puff in some little device I'm in ketosis. And I'm probably in a deep state of ketosis. Okay? Okay, so that's unpopular opinion numero uno. Number 2 is that Aldi Bread is trash. It's trash, it's trash, it's trash, it's trash, it's trash. Like, it's bread. And here's where the net carb thing comes in. It's like, you know, it's still carbs. It's still carbs, and it's still bread. It's just wheat. It's wheat bread. It's literally wheat bread. If you turn it over, it has wheat in it, which is just bread. There's nothing magical about this bread other than they've pumped it full of extra fiber so that you can subtract that from the carb count and make, you know, they're selling you a product, all right? And it's pretty expensive, like $5 no. Why would you waste your money? I don't get it. If you want to spend $5 on a loaf of bread that apparently tastes kind of like crap, I guess go for it. But I'm not here for that. And I'm not here to give money to somebody who just was like, let's cash in on the keto train. Here you go. Here's some crappy bread. that we've put some extra fiber in, but still has all the things that if you Google, what can I not eat on a keto diet? Let's Google it. What can't you eat on keto? A whole bunch of fruit is the first thing it says, and then grains and starches. Grains is the first ingredient in that stupid bread, okay? I'm just saying. The literal, like, what can't you eat? The second thing is grains and starches. So there's number 2, unpopular opinion. Number 3, Truffles are disgusting. And I posted this on Facebook, and everybody's, more people than I expected were like, me too, hate them, they're awful. But then some people were like, oh, you're not trying the right recipe. No, a truffle is very simple ingredients. That's the point of a truffle. It's cheese and eggs. Truffle. Let's Google what a truffle is. What does truffle mean? The most simple definition of a truffle is a low-carb waffle with cheese as the base ingredient. A truffle is a keto waffle. It's called a truffle because one of its main ingredients is shredded cheese, hence the truffle instead of waffle, because truffles are cheese waffles, like shredded cheese, okay? Not cream cheese. I know they're both cheese, but that is not, the taste is completely different. So hear me out. I think the truffles taste like a burnt omelet, and I'm not here for it. I myself have a actual keto waffle recipe that is made with cream cheese, and I'll link it in the description if you're interested in a waffle that actually tastes like a waffle, because for me, that's the point of a keto waffle. I want it to taste like a waffle. I want it to have a waffle texture, and you know, I don't know. When everybody was like, truffles are amazing, I was expecting more, okay? And I guess if you like the taste of a truffle, then you do, but I don't. I think they're overrated, and my goodness, they're just everywhere. However, they're definitely better than the Aldi bread. So if you need a bread substitute, go for the truffle. Go for it. I personally just don't like it. I don't. But my waffles, my actual keto waffles that taste like waffles, look like waffles, cook in a waffle maker like a waffle, smell like waffles, go really well with butter like waffles. Now those I'm here for every day of the week. If I could eat them without like gaining weight, which I should do an experiment. I ate keto waffles for a week, and this is what happened. I don't know why people like those videos, but they get a lot of views. Unpopular opinion number 4. Are we on number 4? I think we are. Grass-fed beef or bust. This is ridiculous, and I'll tell you why. Because saying that is basically like saying, if you can't eat grass-fed beef, then just eat Doritos. Because no benefits. Because antibiotics and hormones and blah 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 blah. Okay. While I do think that you should eat as the best quality you can afford, I do not think that that negates the benefits of just eating the standard steak that you find at the Kroger. I think you're still going to see benefits from eating a high protein, quality fat, very, very low carb diet. Whether it's grass-fed beef or grain finished beef, I think that you're going to see benefits. I know you're going to see benefits, okay? I know you're going to see benefits. And I'm fairly certain that if you only ate grain finished beef and never touched grass-fed, that you would see benefits and that you would live a very wonderful, healthy life, eating a ketogenic way of eating, if you want to call it ketogenic. I feel like that term gets thrown around a lot, and I'm getting to that here in a minute. But back to the meat. I know people who have seen extreme health benefits getting off of medications, no more insulin, resolving their type 2 diabetes, lowering their insulin with type 1 diabetes, getting off of blood pressure medicines, anti-inflammatory medications. psychiatric medications. You cannot tell me that grass-fed is the only way you get those benefits, because it's not freaking true. And if you're out there telling people that they need to buy your fancy schmancy beef or they're going to die, it's just ridiculous and it's not fair. You don't own the rights to healthy with your grass-fed beef. Okay. Next. Ingredients matter. Here's what I mean by ingredients matter, okay? There are those who think that keto means just being in the state of ketosis. And while that is a subset of keto, when you Google what can I eat on keto, there is an entire list, because there are rules, or there used to be, and they've kind of been thrown out the window or whatever. There used to be rules. Now there's not so many rules, and that's where my opinion on this may be unpopular. You can be in ketosis and deep fry your chicken wings in vegetable oil all day, every single day, cook in vegetable oil, canola oil, all the bad oils that cause inflammation problems for people. You can still be in ketosis. Maria Emmerich at one of the events we were at, I don't know, a year ago or two, was talking about how you could eat a bowl of rice with a stick of butter on top of it and you'd be in ketosis. Does that mean that you're eating a ketogenic diet? I don't think so. That's just too loose of a term for me. And for most people, after the weight loss, that they stay on keto because of how they feel. Most people come to it because it's a very effective weight loss program, but most people stay on it because they feel amazing. And any diet can boast that it makes you lose weight, but I don't think any other diet has been able to say it can get you off your insulin, it can get you off your blood pressure medication, it can get you pregnant, it can, Weight Watchers can't say that. It can't. Or they would be. They would be saying that. There's no testimony out there from Weight Watchers about that. If there was, they would be using it. Don't you think? I would. That's good marketing. Anyways, so for most people, they can start out low carb, dirty keto, lazy keto, kind of just doing fast food with no bun and that type of thing. And maybe a lot of keto products, maybe even that crappy Aldi bread. But eventually they'll find that when they take those things out, they feel even better. And for most people that watch me or watch Dr. Berry, follow this way of eating. And we've deemed it Berry method keto, because if we just call it keto, then people are like, no, I can do whatever keto I want. Yeah, you can. You most certainly can. But that doesn't mean that you won't feel even better if you clean it up a bit. And I'm not telling you what to do, but don't you want to feel the best that you've ever felt in your life? I do. That kind of goes along with my next unpopular opinion, that keto is not just the state of ketosis. I feel like I've already touched on that. Keto for me is more than the pea on the stick, the prick of the finger. It's more than that. It's the anti-inflammatory factors, the fact that my Hashimoto's is in remission and my markers have never been better, even though I just had a baby, and most of the time that wreaks havoc on a woman's thyroid. During pregnancy, my markers were perfect. All those things, that's keto to me. Health. Weight loss is awesome, but it is not the end-all be-all for me and why I eat this way on a day-to-day basis. The last unpopular opinion, I think this is 7. I may need to recount. I get worked up. You have to count macros. I don't agree with that. And here's why. Definitely think you should track your carbohydrates, because especially when you first come into eating this way, there are carbs and things that you would not believe there are carbs in. There is sugar in things that you would not believe there is sugar in. The different names for sugar, you know, all that stuff. I do think tracking your carbohydrates is extremely important. When you first start, I think maybe even counting the amount of protein you get is important. Not because you might eat too much, but because you might eat too little. Fat, I think, is tracked a little too closely by most people, especially newbies, because it's more of a way of sustaining this way of eating as opposed to like being in ketosis. Like, fat bombs are really awesome, and I think they're great tools, especially, like I said, if you're a newbie. But at this point in my life, I hardly ever eat a fat bomb. I definitely don't eat fat bombs to hit a fat macro. I eat fat to help me stay satiated. I add fat for flavor, and I don't measure my protein or my fat intake. I eat about a 1-to-1 fat to protein ratio, but that's not measured. That's a fatty ribeye, a fatty cut of any meat, brisket, ribs, bacon, that kind of thing. I cook in animal fats, I add butter to things, and it's working out for me. I think if you eat till you're full, you eat when you're hungry, and you track those carbs and you keep your carbs low, and some people can do more, but I feel like most people do best on 20 total grams of carbs or below. If you're eating those carbs, eating quality protein, as good as you can afford, and adding fat to your foods, you're going to probably do very well. Some people love tracking, and I think there are some people who really do have to track, especially to keep up with exactly what they're putting in their body. And I'm talking about, like, if you've had a food addiction before, or you're an overeater, you're a binge eater, if you have type 1 diabetes, your situation is much more complicated than someone who has type 2 diabetes. Those type of things, there's always an exception to the rule, obviously. But for most people, keeping the carb count low is key, and eating protein without being scared of overeating protein. I know I'm not going to go into the gluconeogenesis thing. Okay, I'm just not, because it's complicated. But it's not the bad guy. Gluconeogenesis is just your body's way of producing glucose when it needs glucose without you having to eat glucose. And how is that a bad thing? It's not a bad thing. I won't go into body composition either, because people will be like, I gained weight when I ate more protein. And unless you are measuring inches, that scale reference isn't really a good reference of success or even or failure. It's just not. The scales are the devil, and people should stay off of them. Okay, that's another unpopular opinion. Don't weigh yourself, but we're not going to get into that. Okay, guys, that's it for my unpopular opinion video. If you agreed with anything, put it in the comments. If you disagreed with anything, as long as you're a civilized human, feel free to put that in the comments as well. If you have a unpopular keto opinion of your own, feel free to put that in the comments too. If you like this video and you like me, consider subscribing. Hit that red button, tap on the bell, hit the thumb, and I'll see you in the next video. Love you, mean it.